Hi. So I'm so sorry if I haven't been uploading or making any new videos for like a really long time. But I thought today, since it's Topic Tuesday, where I choose a specific topic to talk about. And today's topic is to do with school. So to keep it simple, let's just go with school. So you may find some basic tips and advice and hints in this video. So let's begin. Number 1. In school, all of us have our own group, but some of our friends our so-called friends are not really our friends because they turn on us. Whenever that happens, if you have a small group and you don't just have like one best friend, try to make more friends if you're a confident person. If you're like all over the place like me, you're not sure what to do, just try to go with your own ideas and just try it out. I mean, so you might be embarrassed when you ask and they're just like, no, ew, gross, and shout it out, and you'll just be like super embarrassed. Just do what you think is right, and hopefully that will go the right way. But other than that, I suggest make some new friends or start hanging out with teachers. Okay, let me explain option 2. Option 2 needs explaining because it's weird, right? Well, teachers can be friends too, especially when they're outside of school. I mean, they're just not themselves when they're out of school. They're so disorganized. Well, first of all, in my school, the timetable is changed at the worst time ever. It's the beginning of the year, so everything's a little bit confusing, a little bit scary. But now that everybody's gotten used to the year that we're in, they've changed the timetable. Do you really have to change everything? I mean, the timetable is like one of the biggest things in school. It tells you what you need to do. It tells you which classes you need to go to, which teachers you need to meet, which teachers you need to know. So it's really annoying. So get organized! And you think we need to get organized? All of our bags are perfectly organized. Our lockers, our bags, our room. Maybe not our rooms, but those 2 items definitely should be. Maybe not lockers, but your bag definitely should. At the middle of the year, your bag is just full of receipts, paper, old tests, and notes, probably. The other thing so whenever that happens, try to make a new timetable and with just printer paper or scrap paper, and use felt tips or highlighters or pencils, and there's your new timetable, and then you just stick it on top of the other one, not using glue because that causes a terrible mess. I should know. And just use sellotape or tape, if you will. And number 2. Right, number 2. Let's see. Well, all of us know that some of us Okay, so the first thing that I've mentioned here is a tiny thing to do with teachers, but this video is supposed to be about relationships with teacher category with school. So all of us, if you want to get good grades, try to be friends with a teacher and try to be a top student, because some teachers know the tricks students do that are really studious, who want to really get good grades, and know that they usually suck up to a teacher and they'll think they'll get all the key facts and stuff. But some of the teachers are smart and know that they're doing that and want to see they really are smart, or they think their teacher will just let them off with a mark. With a few extra marks because they're their favorite student? No! Teachers are smart. They want to get A+ on their job too. Just like you want to get on a test paper. So, depends what kind of school you go to. So, number 3. Number 3. If you're really good friends with a teacher and whatever you do, you will always regret telling a teacher your personal problems. You just will. Most disgusting thing. I mean, if you're in a situation like me, probably there's something happening to you or something, or you're sad or you're angry and you're just like upset. Because the first horrible situation that happened to me was, I wasn't feeling that bad at all. I just thought, I didn't know what was happening. I was just like, I was feeling stressed, I was having headache, I was really, really stressed out, and I didn't even know what was happening, and I was really confused because the teacher assumed there was something more worrying about me than just some headaches, because I didn't tell him what was wrong with me, because it was in PE class. He probably assumed I had something a little bit grosser or whatever, I don't know. He assumed my foot was broken, and he was just like, sit down for the entire class. He was just like, I don't want to get into more detail or waste time, and I totally get that you don't want to waste time talking about my so-called Confucius problem. And I was just feeling a little bit knocked out, a little bit woozy, and all I needed was probably just some fresh air. It was just probably one of those moments where you don't really get what's going on, and you just feel lost everywhere. And that's literally what it was. And the teacher assumed it was like something so huge. This happened in my old school, because like all I had was this tiny little headache because I had an argument with someone or somebody, I remember, or something, and I was like really angry, really stressed, didn't know what to do, still trying to figure out what to do with this argument, and he assumed I was hurt or something, and I was just stressed, and he was just like, sit down for the entire lesson, and I was only in 4th grade, and I was like, what? Why? I haven't, my ankle isn't broken, I can walk, hello, what is wrong with you, teacher? He didn't even ask what was wrong with me, and I was just like, yeah, sure, you want me to miss out in your PE class? Yay! But it was a little bit of a bonus feature for my day, because I don't really like skipping. You were using skipping rope. I'm not a girly girl. No, I'm not. Okay? So, continuing. So, don't ever share anything personal with a teacher, especially if it's a man. It's just gross unless he's very trustworthy. Only share things with teachers you've known for at least 3 years or that you trust a lot and they like you a lot, but not in a gay way. So just don't share too much about yourself, otherwise teachers may figure something really bad about you out and may like expel you or something, because you never know what they may figure out about the tiniest information you can give them. They can figure out the secret that you've been keeping them for 3 years. And moving on is number 4, getting in trouble. All of us have had those moments where we think we're a little bit invisible and want to stand out and maybe become a rebel. And I guess I've been a rebel once, but this only happens in specific situations. I have to turn into a rebel to make the situation seem a little bit more normal. So, or typical, if you will. And if you ever get into a situation where you're usually a good student and this teacher is like new and she's strict, she doesn't have to be new. And it's like your first time. You've always tried to be a good girl or a good boy or normal. But I just go with the flow with whatever happens. I mean, sometimes I'm just like, please, I won't ever do this again. I promise I've learned my lesson. I'm sorry. But usually when you apologize to a teacher, that is lame. It's just not human to do that. Usually, to be cool or awesome, you're supposed to just go along with it and be like, here's my communication book, lame-o. But no, you really want to like apologize to this teacher and be like, please, second chance, and the teacher's just straightforward, no! Stop stabbing me in the back! Moving on. I mean, if you've done something wrong, you've done something wrong, deal with it. I mean, what are they gonna do? Call your parents for laughing in class? I mean, who does that? And if one of you teachers are watching this right now, sorry. Just had to burst your bubble, I guess. Moving on. Number 4, 5, whatever. Whatever you do with a teacher, don't ever become best friends with it. Like if you're in primary and you have no friends and you can only really and you can really, what was I saying? Stupid phone ringtone. So yes, if you don't have many friends and you're like probably in primary or maybe early middle school, then don't hang out with a teacher in the playground, because that just doesn't work. It's just not good. It's just not. It's not. Okay? And what else? Number 6, 7, whatever. The other thing, you don't want to have an awkward moment with a teacher, because when you share personal information to a teacher, it's usually awkward, because if you told them something personal and the situation ends kind of like with a cliffhanger, and the other day the teacher's just like, hi, and you're just like, hi, and there's silence, and the teacher's probably up to doing some kind of job, putting the basketballs in the janitor's closet or whatever, and it's just awkward because you've told him something really personal, and you're just simple awkwardness. So just if you don't want to be awkward, just there is a clue, there's a hint, there's a fact for you. Do not do that. Please, if you don't want to be awkward. I think that's enough advice / tips for today, but this is a must teacher fact. This is a must. You must do this. This fact is just the worst thing. Like, if you're one of the students who isn't cut out to being educated too much in a specific subject, like say math or something, and I don't know, Miss Nutcracker. Let's go with a Nutcracker. Say, Miss Nutcracker. Yeah, that's a really bad surname. Let's just go with it though. So say this Miss Nutcracker is like, I don't know, writing on the whiteboard, and one of her personal, like clothing is showing, like her underwear or something, and you immediately start laughing. Then again, just don't share your personal things that you know that she doesn't. Just don't. Unless you've known her for a long time, know her well, and knows she'll take it well, then do whatever you like. But whenever that happens and you don't know the teacher, just do not say anything. Don't say nothing either. Usually blame it on something or make something up. That's usually better. Otherwise, you don't want to do that, because the teacher will just get red and cross. Trust me. Other thing is, when she asks you a question and you don't know what it is, or it takes you some time to think of it and she already has chosen somebody else and it comes to you, and everybody's like, easiest question in the world, bae. Why the hell can you not answer it right now? It is so easy. Yeah, that was really bad. Anyway, and you're probably like, okay, what is this question? The reason why you can't answer that simple question is because you're too stressed about getting it correct. You know the answer, just say it. If you don't know the answer, just say, what? Or just try to make up an excuse, or try to waste time to, like, get out of the area of the question that it ever happened. Just like try to push it out the way like it never happened. So there's some advice about your students' relationships with teachers. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. Have you ever had this moment where you see like this teacher and he's just like, whoa. Silent moment. Let's bless the teacher, hoping that we'll end up with him someday. Whatever you do, don't admit to a teacher that you like them. Actually, I've never seen anybody do that, so don't do that anyway. Other thing is, whatever you do, don't try to mysteriously get into a relationship without the teacher knowing. And start off with small steps, trying to get into a relationship with a teacher that you really like, because you're some kind of hanger with the guys girl. Quite frankly, being in a relationship with a teacher is just disgusting and it's wrong. Unless you're in university or college and you're an A student. If you're not, then just forget about it. It's never gonna happen. Whatever you do, do not. I repeat, do not. If you're not this kind of student who is particularly studious or needs more time to know more useless information that they don't even need to know for the class, just to share with the teacher to impress him that you know this, he probably knows that you just whipped up Wikipedia, searched what sinister means, and you're just like, oh, impressive, never knew you knew what sinister meant. Pathetic! Pathetic! If a teacher if you're like has this tiny little random crush on a teacher and says your work is fantastic and gives you a stamp or something, just don't start wasting your time on impressing him, because he may actually hate you. Don't forget to like, comment, view, and subscribe, and goodbye. Hopefully you picked up some useful advice.